Hello everyone, and welcome back to Easily Lean. Since it's the start of the new year, there's probably a bunch of new people watching, so we're going to give you some basic tips on how to actually get started on losing weight. If this is your first time, you should definitely check out our other videos. We'll have a link to these at the end of this video. Your caloric intake will have the biggest impact on your weight loss success. Because even if you are working out regularly, if you do not control your diet, there's a very good chance you will lose hardly any weight at all. Reason being is, 1 pound of fat equates to about 3,500 calories. If we were to break this up over a weekly period, that would be eating about 500 calories less each day, and that would have to be below your maintenance caloric levels. So if you do not track your food intake, for all you know, you could be eating well over your maintenance calories, and no matter how hard you're working out, you will not lose any weight. Now, before you get started on your weight loss journey, it's best to check with your doctor to make sure you don't have any prevalent conditions, stuff like diabetes, hormone deficiencies, thyroid problems. All this can have an effect on what you should be eating and also on how weight loss may affect you. So before you do start trying to lose weight, working out, or dieting, please consult with your doctor just to make sure it's safe and healthy for you to do so. Alright, so to actually start tracking your caloric intake, we usually recommend downloading a smartphone app. One of the more popular ones would be MyFitnessPal. Once you download the app, you're just going to want to input some basic information, usually body weight, height, age, sex, stuff like that. And then it'll give you a rough estimation of what your daily caloric intake is. So then once you have that base caloric intake, you can adjust depending if you're not losing as much weight as you wanted to, or if you're losing too much weight, because too much weight loss can actually be a little unhealthy. Another useful tool for helping track the food you're eating is ordering a weigh scale, like just a little kitchen scale. Reason being is certain foods you can't really just measure out by eye or with a measuring cup, stuff like meat or grains and whatnot. So easier way to do it is by weight. By weighing your food is actually how a lot of professional cooks in many of the gourmet kitchens prepare their food and measure out what they need. It's also a little bit faster than using a measuring cup, just because you plop your little bowl on your scale, zero it out, and then just fill however much food you're going to have, and away you go. Instead of having to dirty a bunch of measuring cups and spoons and all that stuff, just a little bit cleaner and simpler. Okay, so now that you've got your tracking app, you've got your food scale, and you've got the okay from your doctor, time to get started on losing weight. So that was all the easy part. Now for the hard part. Keeping with it. One thing we find a lot of people find difficult about losing weight is staying consistent and keep doing it over a long period of time. Most people will either start off way too extreme and fall off the bandwagon. So we don't recommend going and doing those 2-week weird juice diets or things like that, because you'll just lose a bunch of water weight and boom, when you're done, pop it right back on and get fat again. So what we recommend is view weight loss like a marathon. Something you do over months and months of commitment, not something you do over a couple weeks. With that, we usually recommend losing at max 2 pounds a week. Anything more than that is pretty unhealthy. Unless you're extremely overweight, then you can get away with a little bit more fat loss per month. Another thing a lot of people have challenge with is taking cheat days, which they are okay as long as it's only maybe 1 or 2 a month. Anything more than that or a very large binge will not help with weight loss, as then you're just going back up to your caloric maintenance or even above and either gaining weight or not losing any weight. But if you need to have a dessert, try and keep it very minimal, like maybe 500 calories extra for that day, and make sure it's only one day, not every other day, because then what's the point, right? One thing you also have to do is stay motivated. Even if you're not seeing progress, over months is when you'll actually really see the progress. We recommend doing progress photos, like taking a photo every month, every week, and then after a few months comparing, and you will see if you have been consistently following your weight loss goals and what you wanted to do, you will see that you have slimmed down from one set of pictures to the next. If you want to see some examples of this, look at the easilylean.com website and our Facebook page. Me and Brody put a bunch of our transformation pics where we went from being heavy to leaner, leaner, leaner over several months, and that's when you see the big differences in our body composition. So you have to want weight loss. You have to be determined for it. You cannot let anyone stop you from it. So if you're at like an office party and they're like, come on, you gotta have the cake, you gotta have the cake. What are you, some sort of loser or something like that? Ignore them. You are better than that. You are going to lose the weight as long as you keep at it. And just some final quick tips. One thing I really recommend is try and cut out drinks like alcohol or juices or pop and switch them with either diet drinks or just drink water, because why waste your valuable calories on something that doesn't fill you up like liquid when you could put it towards a nice juicy steak or one of our favorites, a big bowl of oatmeal. Complex carbs like oatmeal that are very filling are some of our favorite things because they're usually low in calorie as well comparative to other foods, so you can eat a little bit more of them, stay more full, and be happy. Well, hopefully you'll know enough to get you started in the new year on your weight loss goals. Further on in the year, we're going to be posting more videos on stuff like exercising, more diet tips, and just the general science between how our bodies actually work in regards to weight loss. Other things we're going to do is post some articles on our website, easilylean.com, so definitely head over there and check it out. If you do have any other questions, feel free to leave some comments in the section below, and don't forget to subscribe. So thanks for watching and have a happy new year, guys.